I'm Stephanie Catalano, licensed clinical social worker, personal development author, life coach, public speaker, and the host of the Mindful Makeover podcast. I am committed to bringing you insightful conversations that will help you move forward in your life, turn your dreams into reality, feel good, and live your life on purpose with purpose. If you're ready for healing, empowerment, and transformation, you're in the right place, so let's do this. Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode, the first full week of the new year and the new decade. It just sounds so exciting. Today I want to talk about affirmations, what they are and how they actually work. I was introduced to affirmations almost 8 years ago, and when I first learned of them, I thought they were cheesy, and I actually laughed at the idea of waking up every day to read my affirmations, but I did it despite what I thought, only to realize using affirmations was one tool that actually changed my life, and here's why. We as humans are wired, conditioned, programmed beings, and through our life experiences starting in childhood, we learn certain beliefs, certain perceptions, patterns, and responses. Most of us have, or still perhaps do have, the limiting beliefs of I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, it's hard to make money, life is hard, love isn't real, I'll never find a person that's compatible to be my husband or my wife, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, I'll never be a good enough mom, just to name a few. Somehow we end up believing these beliefs so much that it becomes part of our identity and actually keeps us held back from moving forward in our life and taking the steps of action that are aligned with our true essence and our dreams and our desires. My core beliefs used to be, I'm not good enough, I'm inadequate, and I have to give and do to be loved. I no longer believe this to be true, but at one point I did, and maybe you can relate with those beliefs, or maybe you can relate with the fact that you're still that person who's struggling with the limiting beliefs, and if you are, it's okay. It's totally normal and part of our process as we make this commitment to evolving, transforming, and overcoming the things that once hold us back. So one way to change your limiting beliefs is to affirm otherwise. For example, in the moments where you are believing I'm not good enough, it's to affirm I am good enough. And it's to say that over and over as many times as you need to until you actually start to feel and believe I am good enough. When I started my journey of self-discovery and healing, I was that person who wrote affirmations on Post-it notes, maybe a little overboard, but I had them on my bathroom mirror, my bedroom door. I used to put them on the bottom of my computer. I would write them in my daily journal, and I repeated them as many times as I needed to and for as long as I needed to until one day I woke up and I actually believed and felt all that I had been affirming, such as I am good enough, I am adequate, and I am loved for being, not for doing and giving. In the beginning, it may feel weird and uncomfortable. It's totally normal. As a coach and a therapist, I can't tell you how many times my clients have shared with me they feel like they are lying to themselves by using their affirmations. And it makes total sense because think about it. Of course, a person would feel that way when they have been living years and years and years based off their limiting beliefs. But here's what I want you to know and take away from today's episode. Affirmations are one way to guide you back to the truth. I'm going to say that again. Affirmations are one way to guide you back to the truth. The reality is the beliefs you've been living, such as I'm not good enough, I'll never be a good mom, or whatever your individual story is, those beliefs are the lie. The affirmations aren't the lie. The affirmations are the truth. And that's what's going to guide you back to returning to that place within you where you know and you believe in your mind, your body, your heart, and your spirit that that is the truth, that you are whole exactly as you are. All the rest of the stuff that shows up, that's limiting, that doesn't feel good, that's uncomfortable, that holds you back from speaking your truth, that's actually the lie. And so the beliefs that are the lie, you counteract them, you change them with the affirmations. So the affirmations are simply one way to help you move through your layers, to break down your walls and your guards with ease, with grace, with love, and most importantly, with no judgment. Your true essence is made of pure love. It's made of pure joy, of peace, of acceptance, of understanding, of wholeness, of pure divine. And I want each of you to know you are worthy and deserving, and you are certainly enough. You are everything, I am everything, and together we are all everything. Unfortunately, life happens, right? But we can look at it as unfortunately or fortunately, because the reality is once you reach this place in your life, once you become aware, you are now given this information about yourself, and it's up to you to do something about it. And it's truly in these moments where you gain awareness and you start to learn and understand yourself, this is where the breakthroughs happen. This is where real transformation comes. And you can't reach transformation without becoming aware of the stuff that might seem yucky or uncomfortable, or the areas within us that we kind of avoid and we don't want to face. But today, I want to remind you that once life happens and then we all end up here where we are left with these beliefs that don't serve us. That's normal for me, for you, and for every single person walking this earth. But today I want to invite you to get clear on what are the beliefs that are driving you. Where do they come from? Make sense of them so you can understand them. Once you understand something, it's easy to accept and to change it. No different than a math problem. Once you understand the formula, it's easy to master it with practice. And I'm not good at math at all, so when it comes to that, I have to really, really practice. I can actually remember being in school. I hated math, but the point is that if you take the time to sit down and really learn the formula and understand the formula, then it becomes easy to apply it and to create the change or to get that outcome that you're looking for. And the same applies to us. If you truly want to make changes in your life, you have to be aware, but beyond that, you must understand what's causing you to show up the way you're showing up. What's causing you to have the belief that I'm not good enough or that I'll never make a lot of money? Where does that come from? And truth be told, we all have disconnected from our truth at one point. It's a part of life and it happens. But today I empower you to take ownership in returning to your truth. I don't want you to think too much on this or overanalyze it, but perhaps give yourself some time to think about and even journal. What are at least 3 to 5 beliefs you have that show up in your life? Maybe you notice they most show up in relationships, at work, in your marriage. Perhaps they show up as you being a parent, or maybe because you're not a parent. Spend some time thinking about what are 3 to 5 beliefs you have and where do they show up? Become aware of these beliefs and then feel empowered to create new ones. Beliefs that support you, beliefs that will help you grow, and beliefs that will help you become the best version of yourself. You are the painter of your life, and it's up to you and only you to paint or to choose your beliefs. Affirmations work because they interrupt the pattern. So the more you use them, they will help you in creating a new pattern, a new response, a new belief, and new perceptions. And I want you to think about it like this. If every single day a person has been thinking, I'm not good enough, now that has become an automatic way of feeling because you have thought it long enough, right? So a belief is simply one thought that you think over and over, and then it becomes a belief. And so now if you start to think, I am good enough, and you think that on repeat, it will eventually become a belief. It's just the way our brain and body is designed. There's science that supports this. It goes back to the old quote, neurons that fire together, wire together. So every time you think I am good enough, that's firing something, a neuron that's attaching to another one. And before you know it, you actually have created a new pathway in your brain and your body. And one day you will just wake up and you will actually feel I am good enough. So that's how they work. If you're interested in the science behind it, I definitely encourage you to spend some time doing research. It's absolutely fascinating. You can always message me on Instagram at mindfulliving.now. I'm happy to share information with you. Or you can email me, Stephanie at themindfulliving.com. All of this is in my show notes. And don't forget that Mindful Makeover Workbook and Guide. It has been written to help you with exactly this, which is available on my website and Amazon. So before I wrap up, I want to invite you again, take the time to get clear on what you most need to hear, then repeat your affirmations to yourself as many times as you need to. I start my morning by writing affirmations for the day. This way could work for you. It's not how you do it that's important, but rather that you do it because you are important. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me today. If you found today's episode to be insightful and inspiring, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And I kindly ask that you please leave me a review so together we can help the next person. To learn more about my products and services, check out www.themindfulliving.com and come connect with me on Instagram at mindfulliving.now, where I share daily inspiration, mindful skills, tips, and more. Until the next episode, stay mindful and always remember the power that lives inside of you.